Welcome back. Today I want to talk about Paravastha, the after effect poise state of Kriya Yoga, or that moment in your meditation where you just let go. You did your practice and now you are just letting go. You're just going to be for that moment and soak up whatever it is that you have accumulated in your meditation. So there is a blossoming inside of you, right? You're entering into the low idle state. How did we do that? We used the heart rate variability resonant breathing, and we have an app for that, don't we? So go ahead and use that app. Lower the idle of your body, and that stillness will reflect back on the mind, and that is the blossoming inside of us of peace, of poise, of tranquility, of even joy and bliss and love. All these beautiful qualities of tranquility and stillness and silence and peace and joy begin to blossom inside of us, and that is the enjoyment of the Paravastha state. And I want to talk a little bit of how this begins to translate into our daily life. That's what I want to speak on today. How does this begin to blossom in our own lives? What does that look like? And what transition is taking place? So let's get into it. So I wanted to read this beautiful piece of philosophy, which is in the autobiography of a yogi. In the book, this is said by Babaji to Lahiri Mahashaya. And he's just given Lahiri Mahashaya some hot buttered bread, just some delicious hot buttered bread. And as he gives it to Lahiri Mahashaya, he says, "Few mortals know that the kingdom of God includes the kingdom of mundane fulfillments. The divine realm extends to the earthly, but the latter, being illusory, cannot include the essence of reality." Isn't that amazing? He gave him a hot buttered piece of bread to enjoy, and he says, look, you are enjoying this simple pleasure of life. Wonderful. The divine extends into the mundane. These simple, wholesome pleasures that you are experiencing, the divine goes into that realm as well. That is a piece of the divine. It's all part of the divine, all part of the whole, all part of the oversoul, isn't it? But that whatever it is outside, just remember, it is in essence illusory. And the hunt that we are on in meditation is going inside to witness the truth. And the truth is in the stillness, in the peace, in the tranquility, in the absolute silence, in the joy and the bliss that blossoms in the Paravastha state. That is the truth that we have been looking for. And that is the peace and the truth which soaks into our being and makes us whole again. And then we go out in our lives. We have that wholeness, you understand? We have that truth. We know what is real and what is an illusion, a little bit at a time. We don't know it all at once, perhaps, but we know it an inch at a time. This thing that I'm experiencing in meditation is more wholesome and real than the things that I am groping for out in the world. And inch by inch, our minds change about our own lives. What we take to be real at the beginning becomes unreal. And those things in meditation that we had hoped for, but we really felt they were mostly unreal, they become more real. And so this is going on in our lives, isn't it? And it's a recomputation. It's a reformatting of our brain and our understanding of what is real and what is not. And along the way, we might have said everything outside is bad and only the inside is good, because we were in a beginning understanding, and we had to do that maybe for a little bit so that we could get away from everything and just hide away and meditate for a little bit and just begin to unravel this whole story. But Babaji is taking us in this quote one step farther. And he says, wait, the divine extends into the mundane, into the simple pleasures, into the wholesome, mundane pleasures. The divine is there. The oversoul is there. My favorite, go out and watch a sunset. Go out and watch a sunrise. Go look at the mountains. Go look at the ocean. And it's so big. It's so overwhelming. What does it do? It's so expansive. It drives you into the right brain. And in that moment, you're not just enjoying an outward scene in the mundane world. You're meditating because you're tasting the right brain, that expansiveness. Maybe we see a cute baby or a cute chihuahua or a cute kitten, and we get this jolt of joy. In that moment, it's not just a mundane outward scene. The joy has made it divine. And we are tasting that bliss from the left amygdala, aren't we? We are entering into a state of meditation. And this is what I absolutely adore about Iain McGilchrist. Because he's saying, don't spend your whole life in the left brain. If you will enjoy poetry, if you will enjoy a music which touches your heart and lifts you up, in that moment you are touching the right brain. And if you go into the poetry and go into the song and you go, where am I getting this deep meaning from? And you search and you search and you search, and all of the meaning from the poem evaporates, right? Because you're hunting with the left brain and it doesn't work. It does not work for that grand meaning. You have to take the whole in. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. That's right brain language. You're taking in the whole poem. You're taking in the whole song. You're taking in the whole sunset. And the whole is greater than the parts, and it drives you into the right brain, and you soak in the meaning from it, and you get more than just a few notes, just a mundane sunset. You get more. You're touching on the oversoul. You're touching on the divine in that moment. You're touching on meditation. And so this blossoming inside of your meditation of enjoying the silence and the peace and the tranquility, you come out in your daily life, and that blossoms as well. We start enjoying the sunset and the music, and it uplifts us, and we see a scene in a movie and it touches our heart and we cry our eyes out because we're merging with the subconscious, right? We're cleaning it all out, merging with the subconscious. We see that scene, it touches our heart, and we are lifted up. We are beginning to touch these wonderful deep things. There's this unfoldment in our lives, and that unfoldment of enjoying simple pleasures comes back, and we blossom more in our meditation. We're learning more how to enjoy and soak up. As I love to say, become the potato in the soup. This is the divine soup of the oversoul. Just soak it right up. Right? That's what we want. And so we become that potato for all good divine things, the sunset, the music, the poetry that lifts us up. And it creates this continuance in our lives where it's not just 5 minutes, it's not just 10 minutes, it's all of our lives, right? It all starts to blossom, doesn't it? My guru Ashokji told me, the real Kriya Yoga is the one that you practice all day. So when we start meditating, maybe we start with 5 or 10 minutes. Wonderful. And then eventually, this blossoming takes place, and the real Kriya Yoga, the real meditation takes place when it's our whole lives. And like Babaji said, we begin to see the divine even in the mundane, simple, tiny, little pleasures. And isn't that beautiful? And so the ocean, the sunset, the cute baby is never the same for you. It's not just the mundane scene. It's a window into your own soul, isn't it? Down below, I'm going to have some links for Iain McGilchrist's books. And I'm going to start out with the small books first because they encapsulate what he is attempting to tell us, what he's really trying to say to us. And then begin digging into the larger books. That's my recommendation. It's absolutely wonderful information and so complete for meditators to understand we're on this journey, going away from too much of the left brain into more of the right brain in our lives. And that is the blossom loop. So I hope you loved this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you.